Hi everyone, it's Latin Roses. This video today is by special request from one of my viewers, and she asked me, how to get over a jerk. So after, getting some more information, I realized what she's really asking is how to get over a toxic relationship. Now today, I am not going to talk about abusive relationship where there's physical, mental abuse going on. That's a more in-depth kind of conversation, and I'm not a Dr. Phil, but I'm going to tell you about what has helped me along my path. So basically, this is going to be a video for the ladies, but if a guy can glean some golden nuggets from this conversation, then by all means, you might, but I'm mostly talking to the ladies. So this story time video is basically about an experience I had, because I did end up in a toxic relationship in my 40s, which kind of shocked me, but it kind of goes to show that you can fall into these traps literally at any age. So what happened was I found myself divorced after many years of marriage with children, and I decided to try to get back into the dating game. And one of the ways I went out on dates was how most people do nowadays. I was doing some online dating, and I wasn't really enjoying the experience. I wasn't really meeting any guys that I was really interested in until one day I was going through the profiles and I was looking at the pictures, and I came across this photo of this guy who was so super cute. And he wasn't like a supermodel cute, but to me he was just totally my taste, my style. And I thought he was like super, super cute. So I kept looking through his profile, and I discovered that he met a lot of the things I needed in a man in order to get in a relationship with. We all have what we like, and he was checking off all my boxes. For example, he said he lived in the LA area in a really nice upscale neighborhood. He sounded like he had a great job. He was a father, a single father, and he also had been married for many years and newly back on the dating scene. So I was really looking for someone who was established in their career and was a parent, because I feel, and no offense to people who aren't parents, I just feel like when you have a child, you see the world through different glasses. And I wanted someone who understood the trials and tribulations and the joys of being a parent. So I was really excited about this guy. And so I hit like that I was interested in him. And I was hoping that he liked me back, because I was really crazy about this guy just from a few photos. I mean, my hormones were actually going berserk, and that was kind of weird to me from photos. I was like, really? My hormones were going a little on the berserk side. So anyway, a few minutes later, I get a message from the website, the dating site, saying that we're a match. He was interested in too. I was like, yes, I was so excited. Then literally a few minutes later, I get a nice message from this guy. Now, it wasn't the typical message, because I know a lot of guys sometimes don't have any game, and some girls don't either. And I usually get the typical, hello, beautiful, hi, or how are you, what's up? This guy was a little more, suave. He said something along the lines as, hello, how is your Sunday going? I got a really pleasant message from the dating site saying that we're a match, and he said a few more things. It was like a little paragraph. It was really nice. It was more than your little normal hi message. So that was intriguing to me too. So we talked a little bit, exchanged a little more information on the website, and then he finally asked me for my phone number. And he called me right away, which I appreciated. He didn't text me, actually picked up the phone, old school, and called me. And then I was even more pleasantly surprised. His voice totally matched his photos. I mean, his voice was so handsome. I was like so happy. And we were talking, but then the first red flag came up. The first red flag was that he started talking right away about a previous relationship, and it was obvious he still wasn't over the relationship. So after listening to him for like 20 minutes go on and on, I couldn't handle it. So I just said, I'm sorry, I have to go now. And he kind of knew at that point that I wasn't interested in continuing to talk to him because, he's going on about a past relationship. So then later on, he texted me and he said, I'm so sorry. I apologize for just rambling on about an old relationship. He said, please give me another chance. I've been married for so long. I'm new to the dating game. You make me nervous. You're so pretty and you have a really beautiful voice, and please give me another chance. So I thought, well, okay, maybe, he could be nervous. So anyway, we started talking, and then he mentioned that when we meet in person, he would like his kids to be there so that his kids usually let him know if they like the new person he wants to date. And that's how he makes a decision if he's going to date you. And I thought that was kind of backwards, because I know it's important for your kids to like who you're dating if you're really into the person, but I don't believe in introducing your kids right out the gate and let them make the determination. I thought it was weird. But then we started video chatting, and wow, he looked even better on the video than he did on the pictures from the website. And I was like, wow. And we were talking every day. We were like video chatting every day, and my hormones were off the chart. I mean, I was totally addicted to this guy like that. It was crazy. We had never met in person, and he was just saying wonderful things, and we were just talking all the time, like all the time, and looking forward to actually meeting this guy. And I was starting to get sick. Like, if I didn't talk to him every 2 to 4 hours, my body would it would shake like I was on a drug. So when they say love is like a drug, that is no joke. Those feel-good hormones are firing off just like if you were on cocaine. I was literally addicted to talking to this guy. And if I didn't talk to him, I was getting physically ill. And I had never experienced that before in all my life. It was so crazy. It was off the chain. I'm not even lying. I didn't like feeling that way, but that was my reality. I was like a drug addict on that guy. And it was terrible. So finally we meet in person. We meet in the mall with his kids. We have lunch. We do some light shopping. And to my pleasant surprise at that time, he was even better looking in person. He looked like Mark Consuelos, Kelly Ripa's husband. He was so good looking. I felt like I hit the jackpot, and his kids happened to like me too. So he decided after we met in person that he liked what he saw too, and he wanted to start dating now without his kids around, and just hanging out more. And it was just so much fun in the beginning. But then all these little red flags and things started coming to light. He lied about everything on his profile. He didn't own a house. He didn't have that nice job. He wasn't living in the nice area. So I'm thinking, okay, if he lies about these small things, what else is he lying about? I mean, you just start snowballing. It was just so easy to lie about those things. That was a red flag, another red flag for me. But, I was having such a good time. I was such on a high. I was so addicted to this guy. I didn't care. I just needed my fix. I just wanted more, as much as I could get. I wanted it. And I think in the back of my mind from the very beginning, I knew it wasn't going to last, but I just wanted, when I first saw his picture on the online dating site, I knew I wanted this guy in my life experience, even if it was just for a short while. I just knew I wanted this guy in my life, and he was like manifesting in my life. He was there. It was a good time. But then I realized he was very sensitive. If I said something wrong that he didn't like, then he would try to go out of his way to insult me because he thought he was insulted. And I was like, that's totally wrong. A real gentleman who loves you would never do that. And he wasn't keeping his promises. Like, he'd say, okay, we're going to go. He'd make these nice plans for us, and then he would cancel at the last minute. So more and more, it was just not working out. And then I found out, through social media, that he actually was in another relationship, and he had just had a little child with this person that wasn't his wife. It was somebody else. And so I knew I was just getting scraps, and I knew I was the woman on the string that I always told myself that I would never be. And I said, I have to get out of this toxic relationship, because when it was good, I was really high. When it was really bad, I was really, really sad. And I was just constantly up and down. And every other word, my friends can tell you, was his name. Like everything I talked about, he was all I saw. He did this, he did this. It was all about this guy. It was a terrible, terrible obsession. You know, it was a terrible toxic relationship, and I had to get out. So once I decided that I wanted out, I knew, you always hear about, okay, you have to delete their phone number and just quit cold turkey. I couldn't do it. I could not delete his phone number. I just couldn't. So what somebody suggested to me is that I change his name on my contact list, because even his name, seeing it, would trigger me. So I didn't change it to what you might think. It wasn't a negative name like jerk, a-hole, nothing like that. I actually changed it to a little phrase that said, I deserve better. So whenever I see that come up on my phone, I knew it was him, but I wasn't seeing his name, so it didn't trigger me in the same way. And it also was teaching me, reminding me that I do deserve better, and I shouldn't be, falling back in that. So, but that still doesn't help, because when you have to get out of a toxic relationship, sometimes you don't feel like you have unfinished business. Like you didn't get to tell him off or give him a piece of your mind or rub it back into him. So another YouTuber named, I think he's Ask Chad, I heard his advice, and because you usually hear people say, just leave them alone, just quit them, go cold turkey. But I don't think they've ever been addicted in a toxic relationship, people that say that, because it's not easy. If you're in a toxic relationship, you know what I'm talking about. It's not easy. So Chad's advice was the opposite of what I ever heard, and I did it, and it really helped me. It really took a load off, and it really helped break me free even faster. So what Chad recommends is you actually text the person, but wait a minute, don't do this, don't try this. If the person that you're involved with is violent and he may come after you, don't do this. But I knew he would respond. I'm sorry, my dog's right here, he keeps bothering me. And he'd respond back. I just knew he was. So I sent him this text that said, it wasn't right how you treated me when you did this, this, and this. And I said, but it's okay, because I'm dating somebody better than you now. I lied. I wasn't dating anybody at all, but he didn't know that. And I just told him, I'm dating somebody way better than you. Makes more money, better looking, totally upgraded. And right away, he starts texting me back. And I don't read what he's texting. He could have told me off, called me all kinds of names, cussed me out. I just said delete. I wasn't answering when he called me. Didn't respond to his video chats, just delete. I stopped stalking him on social media. It took a little while. It was kind of hard, because you wanted to see, like I said, I was addicted. I needed my fix. So I was trying to break free from it. So I would peek once in a while, but that was only setting me back. So slowly but surely, first I did that text to get it off my chest. Kind of give it to look at me. I already met somebody. I moved on. And that really upset him. And it made me feel good. It's like I dumped my anger and threw it onto him, and I just felt good. Right or wrong, I took Chad's advice, and it was great. That's what number one thing that helped me. And I changed his name in my contact to that little phrase, I deserve better. Then I stopped stalking him on social media. Didn't know what he was doing anymore. I didn't care. And the first week was really hard. The first month was hard. After 6 months, I was so much better. After a year, I feel cured. I feel like I'm away from that toxic relationship. Now, I always kind of thought, what would happen if he knocked on my door? Would I be strong? I think in the early days, I don't know if I would have been strong enough, but definitely now I'm strong enough. The more far away you are from it, the more stronger you get. And then you realize nobody deserves somebody's scraps. Out of 7 billion people on the planet, there has to be a lot more people out there that want to be in a relationship. that want to appreciate you physically, mentally, spiritually, not just physically. But you have to love yourself enough for that, and you have to not be desperate. A lot of people tell me that they stay in these relationships because they don't want to be alone. They miss the kisses and the strokes and everything that comes along with it. But I'd rather be happy alone than just getting those scraps now and then and preventing someone new from coming into my life because I'm holding on to garbage. And it's garbage. If you're feeling bad, it's garbage. If they're not putting you first, it's toxic. And you have to love yourself enough to get away from that. And it's very seductive, when you're really addicted to them and they're really good and they're like some good candy. They're really toxic candy, and it's really hard to break free, but you can. But you have to decide once you do it, you're not going back, because then you have to start the cycle all over again of breaking free. And it's not easy to break free, but you have to if you really want to be healthy and free. And you also got to keep yourself busy. You got to get out there with girlfriends. You got to do hobbies. I started cooking. I started doing my YouTube channel, and I started my YouTube channel for a whole nother reason, but it kept me busy. I didn't have it when I was dating him, and it's helped me so much interacting with all of you. So if somebody really needs to talk to me on a private message about their situation, I'd be happy to talk to you. So I hope some of these tips might have helped you, because they really helped me. And if you like this video, hit like. If you want to stay in touch, subscribe. And as always, I wish you love, peace, and joy.